What is up, everyone? Today is a wonderful, monumental day. Why? Because of that guy right behind me. That's right. That is 1447.2 OMG. That much near completion. So we're here in Ridgecrest over at the homie Darren's house. Darren Parsons, you guys all know and enjoy his videos. We enjoy what he's done for us as Terra crew in the past, and we'll keep doing in the future. So, let's go meet the man, and let's go talk about 1447.2, the 90s kid, is what I'm gonna call it. It's the 90s kid. Let's go down.
What?
Let's go down.
What?
Let's go down.
What?
Darren, where are you at? Look at this thing. She's looking right, she's looking bright. Here's the man. Darren, how are you?
Well, sir, how are you?
Good, good. Let's just kind of delve right into it, man. Tell us about what happened with the truck and where you've taken it since then.
Absolutely. So, when I wrecked it, obviously fire, rolls, all that. The majority of the issue wasn't the fire, wasn't the rolls, it was how the rear chassis had shifted. The 4-link in this thing had always just been kind of held in with hopes and dreams, and then welded over and welded over and welded over. And so we really needed to address the issue of the 4-link in the back being really wonky. When we took it down, I took it down, obviously we stripped it in my barn over there, and I took it down to Eric, and I'm like, hey, let's just cut it off right past the seats, and let's do like a professional style bulkhead, trophy truck style bulkhead in the back, and redo the back of the truck from there. I wasn't a fan of the mid cell anymore. I wanted to go to the rear cell. Kibitech had this really nicely designed 90-gallon fuel cell back half that I was interested in doing, so that was the plan. Well, then it of course snowballed from there. Eric got the truck and noticed that the cab cage was 10 years old. It needed to be addressed. It was a lot of DOM, which wasn't a bad thing, but he really wanted to redo it out of chromoly. We were trying to take the truck from being more of a toy pre-runner to just being kind of more a race truck now. So he got a little froggy and literally cut the truck off at the firewall.
At the firewall.
So right here, back is all new.
Oh, no.
And we redid it out of all 4130 tubing, plate work, and pushed the seats back, pushed everything back. These I-beam trucks, they'll last through anything. The bottom line is they don't work well. So you need to get it to sit on the back wheels and just carry the front through all the bullshit, because they're just not great. But staying true to my roots, staying 90s, I wanted to stay with the I-beams. The shocks before in the back had been revised so many different times that the motion ratio was a little off. This thing was cycling like 36 inches of travel, and it was strapped at 25. So we redid that, got the motion ratios all correct. Camberg Racing played a huge role. We redid the truck from here back. All the chassis is all Eric's. The rear chassis cage for the fuel cell is Kibby's. And then all the suspension and 4-link design is all Camberg's Kinetic Trophy Truck design. So it's their 4-inch housing, their 3 1/4 hubs. It's got the jumbo 36 axles, so I can run the 40-inch tires now. And we took it to the next level. I really wanted to run a 40-inch tire. Nothing wrong with 37s, but I'm stupid. and had Evan Weller build me up a real nice third member that could take that kind of abuse. And King took care of me on getting these shocks set up differently for the rear end. We're going to go fine tune it with Keith Marigold here in a couple weeks. But obviously, the best part of this whole truck is the graphics. Justin and Heatwave let loose on this thing, and we came together with this scheme. I had Mark McNeil make me up on some bedsides that I kind of destroyed. Sorry, buddy. But the rear tires literally bump above this tube line right here, so I had to blow the top out of them. Come on over here to the front end. I don't know if you guys have seen the front yet or not, but I'm really stoked on this. These fenders right here are custom one-off 8-inch over fenders, flat tops. 40s just stick up in there. And he made me up this cowl hood to hide the shock towers. Just got a nice slight raise to it, just enough to keep everything tucked in underneath. These right here are basically my children. Casey hit it out of the park and made me carbon fiber pods for the front. Come on, you have to look at this. Look at this, how beautiful those are.
They sure are pretty. I bet you they're pretty bright too, huh?
Absolutely. Can't go wrong with big dog HIDs in the front. As you can see, I-beams, Eric Moore's I-beams are still on it. These have real nice billet ends on them with his billet spindles, and 14-inch rotors, J-Mark calipers, 6-piston calipers front and rear. Again with the Camberg hubs up front. Took the truck to 6 on 6.5 wheel pattern, and of course, as Dobie will show you, these magnificent 103 Method wheels. Dogs, come here. Method 103 style bead locks, 6 on 6.5 wheel.
40-inch tires.
Yeah.
On a Ranger.
You can't touch these tires on off-road. KR3s are the go-to tire.
Let's go into some details here. So how about you? Let's start with the interior here. So what do we got new on the interior? Oh my God, look at those seats! Holy mackerel!
Yeah. PRP. I told them I wanted to do something a little wild for the seats. So they're like, hey, send us what kind of vinyl you'd like put in them, and we will make them. So this is the kind of seats we came through. I honestly just threw this thing together just to drive it home, so it's still a little loose-ended in here. But
I really like the vinyl on these seats too, because if you get real close, it looks like fur, but it's vinyl. But it looks like, like real zebra fur. I don't know if you really can't see it on the camera, but there it goes. But yeah, so from a distance, they look like they're actually fur seats, but it's vinyl, and then the zebra pattern is just wild, man. It's crazy, crazy cool. Okay, so all new cage in here too, you said, right? All
new cage. Did the McNeil dash in it. This is Holly's latest dash out. It's a 6.86-inch dash. The pair of engine management tools in this thing are absolutely a must. They're amazing. You can do anything from the touchpad right there as you're driving, or watch it and data record, everything. So it's got a handbrake now, old Kibitech handbrake action. Be getting loose with that this weekend. Transmission, we left the transmission alone. It was off of a fresh prep. It only had about 30 miles on it when I wrecked it, so just got a different converter for it, just to loosen it up a little bit for the bigger tires.
Gotcha. Here, let's go over to the other side. So I see a big screen on the dash over here. So is that part of the Holly system, right?
Yes, it is.
So your co-driver has a better screen than you do.
Well, I hope that they pay more attention than I do, because I get behind the wheel and I don't think about much.
There you go. I see a nice switch panel there. Is that what kind of panel is that?
It's Race Pack. So this truck did a really cool wiring system in it. It's Race Pack's street wire system, and what it is it's a solid state controlled wiring system. So you program it, and my Holly ECU talks to it and tells it when to turn on fans and everything. So when you get in this truck and you turn on the ignition, all you do is drive it. Those switches are only for overrides, or if you're driving at night, you need some lights on. That's pretty much it.
All right, well, let's keep on moving to the back here. Yeah. So here's a better look at the wrap. Man, it's just wild. Total 90s kid. I love it, man.
Yeah, Rad Customs Graphics is the one that laid this out on here. Local homie, always helped out, always been a part of this truck's progression. And him and Kim over there laid it out and hit it out of the park. We're going to put a little extra clear over this because I like to keep them nice until I blow these things off in 30 minutes. So
Yeah, Mark's gonna love you. Huh? As Darren was saying earlier, they cut the top of the bed sides off of these things because the tire bumps all the way up to here. You said?
no, it's right above it's actually 2.5 inches into the window line. So
Oh my lordy!
you can measure the track width across the back like that.
Wow. And keep with the 90s theme. We got chrome windows.
Yeah.
I love it. You got a little chrome accent on here on the rear light bar. So we got the interior. So let's talk about this new back half, man.
New back half is this. Like I said, this is Kibitech's design right here. All laser cut tubing. Eric just glued it all together for me, and then plopped this fuel cell in it and attached it to the chassis.
And then we got these. These are kind of like a newer style bump stop, right? With the
bolt on the top.
Yeah, bolt on top.
These are just easier to service, a little bit easier to mount. The cans, if you've ever tried to remove a bump stop from a can, you know why we don't have those on here, because they're a pain in the butt to get out once they're in.
They're a pain in the butt to get in half the time too.
That too, yeah. Usually I just jack up the truck with them on there. But did also the Kibi's new billet arms for the sway bar as well. Rough stuff sway bar. A lot of tabs on this truck, a lot of tabs on the rear end and everything. We do Rough Stuff products. Rough Stuff's always been a long time supporter of everything on this.
All right. How about these big old shocks here? So we got some King Kong 4.0s. And these are 3.0 coilovers?
Yes.
How many bypass tubes is on this thing? 5? 6?
7.
7. Oh my lordy. That's some tunage. That's some tunability there, man.
Hey, Keith wants the best. I gotta give it to him.
There you go.
Yeah.
Our man Keith, the magic maker. Right on.
The back of the truck is set up to run two 40-inch tires. Paired that with a PRP speed strap and solidly in there.
Cool. And then the fuel cell like wraps around.
Yeah, it does.
The tires, which is really cool. How many gallons is this fuel cell? You said
90.
90 gallons. That's trophy truck status right there for sure.
You need the weight.
You need the weight. Yeah. And you said you got a 4-inch camber housing in here.
That's right, with 3 1/4 hubs and Jumbo 36 axles, and Evan Waller built third member. That is phenomenal.
Let me get underneath here. Look at that big guy. Very nice.
Yep, I'll open the hood up so we can talk about what Danny and Six Headers did for the exhaust on this thing.
Oh yeah. Well, so a little preview of that while he does the hood. So there's the exit. Got a little X exit, exiting right out behind the cab, shooting straight up. You guys will hear this truck in a minute, but I personally heard it, and this thing is just a monster. It's loud. It is a loud truck, guys. I'm telling you. So let's check out the engine. Let's check out this new exhaust system here. So this is the same engine that was in the truck before, correct?
Yes, it is.
So this is an Danny Giannani built 8-into-1, right?
Yes, sir. And it's a rotary fire, so it fires off in firing order, so it gives it a real unique, loud bitchin' sound.
Yeah, very loud. Kind of high pitched. Let's see if I can get underneath here. Ooh. Here we go. You can kind of see the collector in there, but it runs up here and then spits right back out, right behind the cab. This is all new chassis too, right? Behind your pivot points for the beams.
Yes.
Get a look at the chassis for you guys underneath. Oh yeah, she looking good. Oh. Well, right on, man. I gotta say, you guys have done a tremendous job on this thing. It is just as wild as it has ever been, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I've always kept this thing pretty mild and just gone hard with it. And so with just redoing everything, I figured why not take it to the next step. I'm not using this thing for cruising around with the family anymore. We got the Jeep for that, so go crazy with it.
So what needs to happen next with this thing before it's completely rippable?
I got a suppression system coming from Safecraft. That'll be here tomorrow. Just got screwed by the shipping guys. Not anyone's fault. If I would have had that in this weekend, we probably could have burned some laps in it. But I'm not going to drive it without suppression system and fire extinguishers on it. In fact, I'm kind of scared to even fire it off. There's way too much fire in my fiery talk right now.
And a helmet too. You're having a new helmet painted.
Yeah, my new helmet's en route as well. He didn't finish it up till Thursday, and it was coming out of Utah, so Dan Felix got that coming for me, and it's fine, no big deal. I wasn't rushing it. I've taken so long on everything else to make sure everything's right. I'm not going to rush this last little bit. I'm not racing the mint with it. Just getting it going, get it sorted out. I'm going to take it to the burn yard this weekend, go blow some 40s off of it, and then we're going to take it, just put all efforts towards speed metal with Terra April 4th in Atlanta, and that'll be the first time actually this thing really shredding.
Saturday, April 4th, it is time to send it and freaking party. Join the mother effing Terra crew and all of their homies for the first annual Speed Metal. Stay tuned for more information. Till then, stay stoked, dudes.
Right on, man. Well, we look forward to seeing this thing in action, and I think what we'll do when Darren finishes it completely and it's all buttoned up, good to go. What we'll do is we'll come back and we'll do a part 2 episode of this Built to Destroy, and then we'll get some action. We'll get some action shots of the truck going. But why don't we all get reminded of what Darren is and what he does, and let's cut to some old action footage of Darren so we can have a good recollection of what Darren's capable of. With that, Darren, let's do that. Oh boy. Thing's a monster, man. So that's it. That's 1447 OMG.2. She's bad, guys. She's this close to being completely done, as Darren said, and fully sendable. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out of these guys' hair and start working on it to get it its full potential, so it can be showcased this upcoming weekend at the Burn Yard with the Hoonigans. We're gonna have some other vehicles out there on display and some merch for you guys to grab. So if you guys have time this weekend or you want to go check it out, Ken Block will be there as well. Come check out Darren's truck in person and grab yourself some sweet new Terra merch and have a good old time. The Burnyard's a great place to go and have a great time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna skedaddle out of here and let these guys do what they're doing. But anyways, if you guys really enjoy what we're doing on this channel, you guys like what you see, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, once again, so we can keep doing what we're doing and bring you guys awesome content. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.